We're with new coach Mike McCoy here as we visit with him in preparation for the game against the New England Patriots. Mike, how much are you leaning on your past experiences this week?
It's going to help me tremendously. I think over the years, since 2000, I've kind of been in a little bit in every role, from a quality control coach to a quarterback coach. You just kind of keep going up to a coordinator, being a head coach, and been on a number of different staffs. I've been very fortunate the organization that I've worked for in the past, so it's going to help me tremendously moving forward.
Who are the people that have shaped you, Coach, that have helped you prepare for this situation?
Oh, wow. There's so many people. I think it's a combination of everybody, but I was kind of raised in the business in Carolina from Dan Henning and Richard Williamson. So my time in Carolina, there's so many great coaches, and you're a product of those people that you've been around. And then just moving on, I got the opportunity to go to San Diego and work for great owners in the Spanos family, and Tom Telesco was the GM. Ed McGuire helped me tremendously in a number of things, not just the football side, but with salary cap, certain things like that. I was a young kid, so nothing can prepare you to really get into this position as a young coach as I was back then, but I'm very fortunate to be around the people I've been around.
And you've mentioned all the great quarterbacks that you've worked with through the years, guys like Peyton Manning, Trevor Lawrence most recently in Jacksonville. You had some great quarterbacks in Carolina like Jake Delhomme. What do you think of Cam Ward?
He's got a very bright future. He wants to be great, just like all the other quarterbacks you mentioned. I was very fortunate to be around so many great ones, but they all have a work ethic that it's unbelievable, and they want to be great. And Cam's got a really bright future.
Last time you were a head coach, you had Phillip Rivers as your quarterback of the Chargers. Coach, can you tell someone how to be an NFL head coach, or do you just simply do you have to live it?
You got to live it. You know the X's and O's, and that's why you've got the job. Those great quarterbacks you just talked about, that's why I'm where I'm at today. You're a product of all the players you're coaching and the other coaches you're working with. Good players make good coaches, and some of the guys you mentioned there are some of the greatest that have ever played the game. The life of a head coach is very interesting. There's so many things. It's not just football. There's so many things you're dealing with on a day-to-day basis, and there's families involved. And hey, I'm so grateful for this opportunity to lead this organization.
As a kid in the Bay Area, was this the dream, to be in the National Football League, to be a head coach one day? And in the years since you've been a head coach, is it still the dream to get back and do this again?
Well, I never really thought I was going to do this. I was always chasing a dream to play, but I always thought I'd run my own business or do something like that. And then I got into Bill Musgrave called me when he was working for George Seifert, and I went and worked in Carolina, and the rest is history. So I kind of I never thought about being a head coach really until I kind of moved on in my career, and I went to Denver with Josh McDaniels, and then as you start having some success, people start mentioning your name and you start thinking about it. It's an honor and a privilege to be in the position I'm in right now. And it's because of all those great players you mentioned, all the great coaches, the great organizations I've worked for. So I'm successful because of so many other people, and I couldn't do it without my family.
Coach, finally, as for these last 11 games of the season, what do you want Titans fans to know about the 2025 Tennessee Titans?
Well, we've got to go out there and play complimentary football for the next 11 weeks, but it starts it's 1 week at a time. Like we mentioned earlier, 1 week at a time, 1 day at a time. But we want to go out and play hard, be a tough football team, and stick together. That's the big thing. And we're going to go out there, and our players have busted their tails. They've worked extremely hard. They deserve to win, but we got to go out and do it. And we're going to go out there and play our tails off for 4 quarters and do whatever we can to find a way to win a game.
Thank you for this, Coach.
Thank you.